Alright, YouTube. SP here. And I'm back at you with another pastoralism video. And this one's going to be pretty good. It's going to be pretty long. I've got it planned, I don't know, at least 15 minutes worth of content. We're going to be discussing chicken raising and egg production and and how you need to build a coop and advice for keeping predators out. But yeah, I figured the first little part of this video, I might put in an annotation where you can skip the black box part and go directly to the chickens. So yeah, look for that if you don't want to listen to me talk about how to build a coop. But basically, all you have to do is you go get you, I don't know, 8 to 10 2x4s. You got to get you some hardware cloth. I recommend the 4 foot, or I believe it's the 4 foot, the tallest they have. Get that. And that's you're going to be your friend for keeping varmints out of your coop. And basically all you do is build a frame with the 2x4s as long as you want and how big your coop's going to be. You might have to have a saw to split some of the 2x4s to make your framing. But then you simply frame it out. You can use hardware cloth all around the bottom, and then you can use 1-inch chicken wire on top. I like to usually reinforce that with hardware cloth on top, but you don't really have to because most predators won't bother going up top unless you're dealing with something like minks or weasels, and then God help you, best to set live traps, because from what I hear, those little pieces of shit are horrible. Sorry for my language. Trying to make these more pastoral videos, more friendly, family friendly. But back at it. But yeah, so basically what you want to do is you just take those 2x4s that you split, you build you a frame. You can build you a door pretty easily. You just get your measurements right, and then you can make the door panels out of hardware cloth, and that works really well. Keeps snakes out, keeps possums out, keeps raccoons out, keeps skunks out, whatever. It also helps if you have a dog you can trust that you can let that lives outside. We have an old she's kind of the ranch dog. She's a old Australian cattle dog that's shits around, and oops, sorry about my language again. And she mainly just eats a lot of food, but she's very good actually about. If she would kill the chickens if she could get to them, but because she can't, she actually protects them. And she's already killed a possum twice trying to get into one of the coops. So yeah, she's been very useful for that. And I believe she keeps predators ran off too by scent, because I've seen her urinate right in the middle of where the coops are, basically telling predators to stay out. So that's kind of nice that she's kind of taken a guardian role. Also, you can look into electrical fencing, but that's an ordeal. I would recommend, if you're going to free range, still build the coops, because these birds, they need a place to go to at night, even if you can watch them during the day. If you free range birds, you're going to lose some eventually. That's like the cold hard fact. You're going to get a predator that takes a few. You can do things to prevent it, but it's eventually going to happen. So I don't recommend confinement. I like to let my birds free range at least 2 or 3 times a week, but I keep a very close eye on them and let them do it for a couple of hours, and then I bring them in, because the protein from bugs is good for them, and grass, and also it keeps the tick population low in my area. But yeah, so it's important to build a quality coop. Use hardware cloth. The 1/4-inch stuff is the best. Like I said, the 4-foot rolls as much of it as you think you'll need for how big of a coop you're going to build, for how many birds. I would recommend building it a little bigger than what you actually think, because you're always going to end up with more chickens than you actually plan for. That usually happens one way or the other. It's happened in my case. Now, when you get the chicks, let's say you buy the chicks from Tractor Supply, or you order them from a hatchery, or you buy them from a local farm or whatever, it's important to have a brooder ready. Now, you can do this in your house, and I've done it successfully in a guest bathroom several times, where I have simply a big Rubbermaid plastic tub. This works well for probably 10 chicks and under. I wouldn't do it over 10. I did it with 13, and it was a pain in the rear end. So that's a thing, because you have to clean the shavings out because they poop way more and get in to knock their water over and just make a mess way more. But that's what I recommend. Just get a tub, get a heat lamp, get one of those brood heaters. If you can get a Rubbermaid crate that will fit one of those in it, those are really safer and great than the heat lamps, but they're expensive. I'd highly recommend them because the heat lamps are dangerous to leave in your house or garage or whatever. I would recommend that you also make sure, if you do the heat lamps, it is a ceramic heat lamp, or it could burn your house down. So yeah, make sure it's rated to keep on for a while, and also replace those heat lamps frequently. They're not meant to last over like 2 years per se. Make sure they're of good working order. Don't just leave them out in the rain. But yeah, that's what you have to do. Feed and water them. Feed them medicated chick starter. I like the medicated stuff. I know some people don't, but so far it's kept most of my birds alive. I've lost like 1 out of probably 35 birds. So I'm feeling pretty happy about that. I got one that's sickly now, so we don't know if it'll make it or not, but it was a weak hatch, so I'm hoping it makes it. But yeah, that kind of is the basics, and let's get into the actual video content after I explained all this. Alright, so a little update on the chicken project. There we go. These are my barred rocks. These are heritage barred rocks that I picked up from a local breeder. I got a rooster and a hen. These are some Midnight Majesty Morans. They're supposed to either lay a chocolate egg or what they call a midnight egg, which is a plum color with like white dots like the midnight sky. I love the barred rock rooster. He's very friendly. He's probably the most friendly little cockerel I've seen. And see him waddle his way down. This is Penny. She's probably the most friendly midnight Moran. I can pet on her. But yeah, this is the Moran and barred rock breeding and egg pen, hopefully. Yeah, she's very friendly. She's a good hen. Hopefully she'll lay good eggs. And she's got the feathers on her feet. Very mild, like most Morans. Look at her. She likes the phone. She's not sure what it is. Their heads are kind of ugly still. Kind of looks like buzzards, but they're a very goth chicken, I guess you would say, with the color palette. Some of them have red on their neck too. You see that one in the back? That's Isabella, and that's Penelope on the bottom. The real big black hen. They're all Midnight Moran hens. And here we have a big Brahma rooster. That is my biggest rooster currently. His name is Alex. He was supposed to be a she, but it's okay because I was going to have to find a Brahma rooster anyway. He's very friendly. He'll eat out of your hand. Although he doesn't like it when you pick up his hens, especially my Easter egger hen right there. He does not like it if you mess with her. But this little check blue sapphire, she, Ow, Alex, that was a little aggressive. But he should have more white on him as he gets older. And his tail should be more green. Oh, there's one of my Brahma hens. That's Fanta. Like the soda. These were supposed to be buff Brahmas, but Tractor Supply company does not know what they have usually. But they're darks, but that's okay. I think they're very beautiful with their gray pencil color. Oh, there's the Easter egger. There's Peeps, because she looked like one of the candies when she was a... Oh, Molly, don't push Peeps off. Oh, Alex. Hey. He's a little timid. That's the only thing about him, too. Sorry about that. They're flapping around. They all want some corn. My other Brahma hen is right there. It's Ginger. Oh, they're clucking. And so they're starting, these birds are about 5 months old, 4 months old, around that time. And these are supposed to be the second largest chickens. Only the Jersey Giants are bigger, which I do have some. And hopefully we're going to have a crossbreeding program to get an even larger chicken. Is my goals. Isn't that right, Ginger? Oh, that corn's good stuff, isn't it? But I love their feathered feet, especially on Alex the rooster. Hey, Ginger. Who's a good fluffy Brahma? It's okay, babies. I'm not going to hurt you. There you go. But they're very friendly. And you could eat them if you wanted to, although I'm not going to eat these unless it becomes apocalyptic. They lay about 230 brown eggs, medium to large brown eggs a year. They're not the best egg layers, but they're beautiful to look at. They provide a lot of meat if you were to raise them, and their eggs are pretty high quality. Plus, they're just unique, and they're very big. You can look at her face. And these are the very venerable ISA or ISA browns. I believe they're just now finishing molting, but we are still getting about 4 to 5 eggs a day, so almost an egg a day. Unfortunately, these are hybrid chickens, so they do not breed true, and when they get to be about 3 to 4, they usually quit out laying and die because they have reproductive problems, because they don't take a break like they should. It's believed they have Rhode Island Red, Rhode Island White, White Leghorn, and several other breeds of, several other breeds of chicken in them. They are a hybrid. These girls are very friendly. You can pet them and pretty much do whatever. Like, I have no problem petting any of them. See, like this little... They're very friendly. You can see her singing. And yeah, the Isa Browns, for new chicken owners, I would say if you're wanting just an egg chicken and you don't care to reproduce or do anything, this is the way to go. Just prepare to replace them every 3 to 4 years. With a heritage breed, you can get egg layers that lay up to like 10 years. I mean, the production's not as good as these, obviously, but they live quite a bit longer. But yeah, the good old ISA Browns. I believe the breed is from France. I think it's either France or the Netherlands. They might have both worked on this breed. But they lay lots of large brown eggs, as you can see there. Really good for a first-time chicken owner. These are all the hatched babies. That is a black Australorp. He recognizes me because he came out of an egg I hatched, and he was the first, or I was the first thing he saw. I think he's a rooster, but I'm not sure. He's very friendly. That's a Jersey Giant. All these grayish chicks are Jersey Giants. There should be 4 of them. I think one of them's a rooster. All the black chicks are Australorps. These speckled chicks, the 2 roosters, are Bielefelders. You can see his little white dot on his head. They're both roosters. Oh, he flew. That's a Lavender Orpington. That's the only one I got of those. I had like 3 eggs, one of them hatched. It's a hen, I'm pretty sure, which is good. And I have a speckled Sussex somewhere in here, and just a weird mutt hybrid egg that came out of an Isa Brown and an Amberlink rooster, I think. We'll see what it turns into. It's that gold chick right there. And it's a hen. There's a speckled Sussex hen. But yeah, I got 13 that hatched, and these are my last batch I'm going to do for a while. And basis for some of my hybrid ideas I have.